What's up, YouTube? Thrift Hunter here with some more eBay packages to open. We're going to see what we've got. I don't expect a whole lot here, but I do want to get them opened and see what we got. So I'm just expecting a couple grams of gold and some other pieces that I have no idea really what we're going to get. Okay. All right. So here's our first package. Yeah, so this was the one that I just think is a couple grams of gold. That was priced fairly cheap. Let's take a look at it and see what we've got. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's just a little grandmother pendant. And now my scale's showing 1.8, 1.9. So that's good. We'll go ahead and double check. 1.6, 1.7. It's a little all over. 1.8. Okay. So it's as described. So the scrap price on that's about $53.23. I paid $38.56 total with tax and shipping. I forget. I ran the math on that. I think it's like 77% or something like that. So I'm not going to test this one today. It's real. You guys can see that. I'm not going to test it. There is some other pieces I will test because I think we need to. Alright, so I don't know what's in this next one. These two are the ones that were no weight listings, and I call them no weight listings because they don't list the weight of the gold. They just kind of say, oh, it's, gold piece, and you kind of have to guess as to how much weight is in there. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what we've got. Okay, there's everything there. This one was interesting, so I'm just hoping that it's gold, basically. I'll tell you about this listing. So this is the Jesus stuff. So $37.71 was the total price on this. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Yeah, I did see the other chain in here. Okay, so we've got 3 pieces. This listing was a little bit confusing. Let me grab my loot so I can take a look at these. With this lot here, what I saw was this one. So this one is gold-filled chain, and then this little Jesus medal here is marked gold-filled on the back. So gold-filled chain and gold-filled piece. So I figured that this alone was worth like 20 bucks, which it does look fine. So I would say that's worth at least $20, just this piece here. This chain, you couldn't even really see in the listing. There was this piece, which is what they described as being gold. So yeah, there's the mark on that. And then silver on the chain. So let's go ahead and take the chain off. Take the chain off. If it will come off. Maybe it won't. Yep, there it is. Okay. So let me get those mixed up. Here's our piece in question here. This has a 14 karat gold stamp on the back here. Right at the top. This looks good. So we're gonna test this piece. This was the main reason why I bought this lot. Figured the gold filled piece I could at least get some of my money back out, and then this other piece does look like gold, so it's either gold filled or 10 karat or something like that. But let's go ahead and throw this on the scale. So 2 grams, and let's go ahead and test it because we don't know if this is gold. We've got our 14 karat acid again, and I'm going to take a piece off the top here. make sure we're giving this a good scratch because we don't know. So that does look good as far as, so what I do is I look, you want to take your loop and look at the part where you scratched it on. So I scratched it right there. See that shiny spot there? You want to check that, make sure it's yellow in color and shiny like that. Gold should look very, very shiny and have that same color underneath, so that's a good sign. Let's go ahead and test the mark here. Our 14 karat acid. And see how well we do. Okay, so I'm just going to let that sit on there for a couple seconds here. And I should have something to wipe this up with, but I don't. Alright, so yeah, so that piece looks good. That piece is testing as 14 karat. So that's 2 grams of 14 karat gold there. So for our purchase price of $37.71, there's $60 roughly in gold in that piece. And then another $20 that we can get for the other piece. And then this piece is interesting. This little chain. So we're going to test this as well. This one may be a little bit more tricky to test. I'm really going to look it over. Okay. Aha. So, does have a mark. Right there on the top of this clasp. There is a mark. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that really quick. Okay, so we are back with our chain here and our acid test mark. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you the 14 karat acid as hold on the Jesus piece. So we're already in the profit on this particular lot. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this and we're going to test this other piece. So I took a look at this chain here with my loop, and there is markings on here. So there is a marking on the back of the clasp right there, and there's also a marking on the end of the chain right here. So there's a marking on the back of the clasp, and on the ring side of the clasp, and then the ring side of the chain. So I would say there's about a 99% chance that this piece here is gold. So we're gonna test it. Just the way those markings are, I've never seen markings like that weren't on gold. And they're like some little impressed stamps of just some other country's gold markings. So let's go ahead and make a couple of marks here. So yeah, that's clearly coming up as gold. But let's go ahead and test it with 14 karat and see what happens. Okay, so there's our 14 karat gold mark. So that's definitely holding a 14 karat gold acid. So we can tell that this chain is at least 14 karat gold. Throw this on the scale. 3.6 grams. With our Jesus piece, 5.6 grams. And so for our $37.71, 5.5 grams right now would run you about $160 roughly. So that was definitely a good score. Okay, this looks like something. All right. Here's our little broken gold bulova that we bought. Or Hamilton, sorry. Diamonds look really nice in this. Partially why I bought it. think they're single cuts, but man, do they look way better than they do in the pictures. Alright, so what I was interested in was this band piece here, to see if that could be gold or if that was going to be gold filled. It actually does look better than the pictures. And then this was the issue with it. Obviously, it's got a hole missing out of it, but that's okay. But let me take a look at this band really quick. So this piece is testing for 14 karat. This little watch band. Alright guys, so here's our last package for today. This is the one that was most interesting to me. This is our mixed lot for $57.33. There is some potential in here, and I'm going to show you why I think so here, but let's open this up. We've got some nice jewelry boxes here. And I think I'm going to go with the small one first. So here's our gold CZ earrings that, you know, don't have a lot of value, but let's take a look at them. Earring hooks. Remember, this was 57 bucks for everything. So here's our little CZ earring hooks. Nothing special there. Let me just check the markings on these. Okay, so these are marked 14 karat CZ on the wires. We'll see how this lot goes, but what I'll most likely do is just take these CZs out and scrap the gold. Just because, I mean, I could sell them as a piece maybe for like 30 bucks or 35 bucks, but we'll see on those. They are nice and pretty much brand new, and they were $80 retail. So there's those. That's part of our $50. I'm not sure which one I want to do first. Okay, we'll do this one. So here's this one. I guess we should throw that on the scale. See what we've got as far as the CZ earrings. 1.4. So once I take those CZs out, it's probably about 1 gram or less. But that's not bad. I mean, that's almost $30 in gold right there. And here's another CZ pendant. 14 karat. Right here. So yeah, I saw this in the listing as well, and I thought, oh, there's going to be some decent weight on there. Alright, so I was able to get the CZ out of that pendant. There's our CZ right there, and then let's see how much actual gold we have. Alright, 2.2 grams of 14 karat. So we are already in the profit on this lot here. $57.33. We've got 2.2. That's like $65 in gold. So yeah. So and then we've got these other gold earrings, which I'll pop the CZs out of there. But we're looking good so far. Just on the gold alone of this stuff, we're already in profit. So let's keep going with what else we've got in here. And the rest should be in this box here. These are just some junky CZ earrings with no gold on them. Here's this piece, and this piece is our special one that I'm going to save for last. So this is supposed to be gold-plated silver, made in Italy, 925, and 925, and 925 CZ. Cool. And the real reason why I bought this lot was this piece. And so, just so you guys know, I mean, these had no weights to them. I just weighed them now. So this had no weight, this had no weight, this had no weight. So I had nothing really to go on. So those turned out good already, but this is why I bought the lot. And I saw this piece. So this is described as gold tone, white and silver gold toned bangle bracelet. And this goes way back to some of my old videos where I talk about jewelry construction and what we look for in jewelry construction. And this is a really, really great example of an item. So we've got a picture like this, and then we've got a picture like this, kind of like this, nice and blurry, and we can see our locking clasp on there. So what are we looking at here? So no weight, listed as gold tone. Why would I buy this? Let's show you a gold plated piece, right? This is our gold plated silver piece, and I'm sure it's not going to come up that great on my camera, but can you see a difference in the color of gold here? It's going to be so hard to show you, but this is a much yellower, brighter kind of color. And typically gold-plated items are gold-plated in a high-carat gold. So it's going to have a different color. This has a softer color. Hopefully you can see that. Second, we've got a two-tone, right? You guys notice the two-tone. We've got white and yellow. If you're gold-plating something, it's a lot more labor to gold plate in two different colors, right? You're going to have to do these two pieces separately or together. It's just going to be an extra step, all right? So there's the two-tone part there. Then we've got this clasp here. So we've got a safety latch. On gold-plated stuff, sure, you can see a safety latch. It's not as common as you would think. And so we've got a safety latch. So that's to protect something valuable, right? Then we've got this little slide notch, and that's how this is closing together, is this little slide notch. It's like a tongue and groove style clasp. That's also indicating a little bit fancier, right? So we've got a couple of things going for it. We've got our hinge here. Our hinge is kind of a nicer hinge. It's not a big, bulky, ugly hinge. This is fit together pretty nicely, right? This just the seams and things like that. It's like what you look for on like a car when you've had a body repair or something. You're looking at the gaps. So yeah, this is pretty clean. And then we've got Prong Set Stones with a gallery. And Prong Set Stones, yeah, of course, you can see in gold-plated items as well. But a lot of times they're just shoved in there and you don't see a nice high prong set stone. So this is why I bought the lot. I thought this had a lot of quality. I figured this is something. Even if it's gold-plated, the only person who would do gold-plated stuff like this would maybe be Swarovski, which would be a decent quality anyway. Then I thought, well, it could be silver. Definitely a chance it could be silver and plated, because that would make sense as well. But I had a strong suspicion this would be 14 karat gold. And let's go ahead and take a look right here at the hinge. And this is going to be monumental to try and show you guys this. Right in there. Hopefully my camera, I'm going to do a lot of trouble trying to get this to focus. One day I'll be able to afford a nice $1,000 lens to be able to show you this up close. But I think you're getting a shot of that. There we go. That's pretty good. So I can see 14K in there and a maker's mark. And it actually looks like the same maker's mark. Pretty similar to what's on here. And also pretty similar to what's on this other CZ piece. So I'm actually thinking that this is CZs in this bangle. I don't think they're diamonds, but I will get them looked at, or I will take a loop to these. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be 14 karat gold. And so we've got 6 grams on there, 6.1. Give that a good scratch. We'll check the shininess of it. That looks pretty good. Let's find our 14 karat acid. Okay. Alright, so we're testing for 14 karat. Okay, we've got another box that just came in here, so we're going to go ahead and open her up. This should be a pair of earrings that was described as 14 karat gold, and the total price was $25.75 shipped. So pretty hopeful for this group, or this item here. So let's see what we've got. We've got our package here and an invoice. Okay, here's our little package. This one looked really good. As long as it is gold, we should be fine. Let's see what we've got. Okay, here's our little pair of earrings. So if you guys can see, you know, as long as those are gold, they're gonna be good for $25. This is what I saw in the pictures. Was they just looked pretty large. So here's the thing with these: they are marked on the wires, and everything looks good except for you never know if for sure with these type of earrings. Kind of hard to explain, but with these hoop earrings like this, that sometimes just the earring wire is gold and not the rest of the earring. I've had this happen many times throughout my career here, and it's just pretty common to see. So they're non-magnetic. Sometimes the wires can be gold and then the piece is not actually gold. So we're definitely going to have to acid test this pair of earrings here. And let's just pick a spot. That won't be too bad. And always just check the mark in the, you can see some other markings I have there of some gold stuff, but always you want to see that kind of metallic flash to it. It's something that a lot of dealers will do when they're acid testing things, is kind of look at the reflection. And let's test it. Has gold, which is good. No smoking of the acid. No change in the line. Hopefully that's coming up good. So I will test these a little bit more extensively off camera, just to make sure I'm not, wearing off a bunch of plating or anything. But let's assume that these are 14 karat gold since they're testing that way. And you guys know what's coming up next. We're going to throw this on the scale and see what we got here. I think this should be pretty good. And so here we have 6.3 grams. Let me show that again. Double check. 6.3, 6.4. So for $25.75, we've got about $180 here in gold. So yeah, definitely a good score. I will double check on testing these, but as far as I can see, they do look good. Not a bad day from eBay finds. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.